Start the shout outs from around the world. This is the morning inspiration on the iBoomerang call. I know that we are live on multiple platforms. I got Zoom. We're live. Good morning for the morning inspiration. I have Facebook. Good morning, Facebook on iBoomerang. We are live for morning inspiration, and I'm also live on my personal Instagram account. So this is the morning inspiration call here with iBoomerang. We do this every single morning, and the idea is whether you're an iBoomerang or not, we just want to bring a good energy throughout your day. And I know people tune in from around the world. So if you're watching right now in London, it's afternoon for you. If you're watching right now, in South Africa, you're going into the evenings. If you're in Australia, you're already, probably getting ready for bed, as well as Asia. But from around the world, we just want to send you guys love and send an inspirational vibe. The name of our company is called iBoomerang. And I want you to think about that just for a second. When you do something in life, I want you to understand that whatever energy you put out there, that's the energy that's going to come back. And listen, that's not hocus pocus. That's not like, oh, he's coming, with this, spiritual stuff. Okay, whatever you want to call it. But I do believe in the boomerang effect. I do believe that what you throw out ends up coming back around. There are things that I've done in my life that I am not proud of. And I can tell you those things have come back around. And there are things in my life that no one even knows about that I am proud of, that I've done for other people, other families, and so forth and so on. And I'm proud of that. And it's amazing because that boomerang effect comes right back to me. And I want to ask you this. When you are talking about your business, and listen, this call is 100% geared to our ambassadors. Our ambassadors are entrepreneurs under the umbrella of iBoomerang. If you are watching this on somebody else's page, because we encourage people to share this and do a live watch party on their page. So if you're watching this on a friend's page or somebody that you follow, that's the person that you would reach out to. If you're watching this right now and you're saying, hey, I want to know more information about iBoomerang, this energy is amazing. I want to throw things out into the atmosphere and it come back to me, in a positive result. How can I find out more about this opportunity and more about this company? Well, whoever page that you are watching this on right now, on Facebook or Instagram, or anybody who's airing this live and they shared it, that's the person that you want to get back to, because that's the person who exposed you. So with all that being said, my name is Johnny Wimbrey. I am bringing you greetings on this inspiration from the Dallas-Fort Worth area in the United States of America. And as you can see, regardless if you're on Zoom with us, if you're on Facebook or Instagram, you can see that people are welcoming and doing shots out from around the world. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought to yourself, what day in your life is going to be the day? And when I say the day, only you know the definition of what that is. It's the day. It's the day that you say, listen, this is the day where I'm going to start walking into my destiny. What day are you going to give yourself permission to allow that to happen? Now, for me, the way I gauge my success is from the success of other individuals, and I chase their success. I look at Mr. Holton Bugs. And, for those of you who are watching this right now, this is not a call to entice you. The morning inspiration is not about enticing you to join iBoomerang. The morning inspiration is inspiration. So when I talk about money, I'm not coming from a place that, I'm wanting to entice you. I'm telling a story as if I'm reading it, in a paper. So I want to read to you what I know to be a fact, and I want you to take this as if I'm reading a documentation that has facts. When I think about Holton Bugs, this has nothing to do with iBoomerang. He is the CEO of iBoomerang, him and his wife, Erling Bugs, and this is his birthday week. So for those of you, I want you to flood Holton Bugs' account from around the world. Flood his Facebook, flood his Instagram, flood, I don't care. If you see him post something today, just go crazy and say, happy birthday week. Just do that for me. So Holton Bugs, this guy started out in the industry of home-based businesses when he was a teenager. He was a teenager. And I know that we talk about this in this presentation, but I kind of want to break this down so you understand, and hopefully this will inspire you. Holton Bugs did not start the business of home-based businesses because he was wealthy. He started because he was struggling. He was a college student. Having food in the cafeteria at college was a blessing for him. being able to eat 3 times a day at that time of his life, that was a blessing for him. He doesn't come from, a wealthy background or even a wealthy, upbringing of thinking. He has invested time and energy and going to seminars and learning from top level leaders around the world. And, when he joined the industry, when he was, a teenager in college, he struggled. 7 years, he refused to give up, and he finally gets up to $500 a month. Now, that's not inspiring to me. I'm not the type of person that will get inspired because somebody took 7 years to make $500 a month. But what is inspiring is he didn't give up. He didn't quit. He would not trade those 7 years for any value, because the 7 years of going to events and learning from the individuals who are on stage, who are telling their stories and buying their audio programs and books and things like that, those 7 years where he finally gets up to $500 a month, those are the years that created him. So here's what I want you to understand. Your creation could come from adversity. Creating that giant story. Somebody's watching this right now. You're 18 years old, you're 20 years old, and you're thinking to yourself, I want to be successful like Johnny. I want to be successful like Holton. If you look at our stories and where we come from nothing. There are years of development that we went through that you're not going to have to go through because we went through it. So you have immediate access, but it gives you a level of appreciation of what it takes to become successful. So what is your day that you're going to give yourself permission to walk into your destiny? I think to myself and I ask myself and I wonder, what day did Holton just sit back and say, you know what? I'm gassed up. I'm filled up right now. These last several years of my life, as a teenager in my early 20s, I'm ready to run. I'm ready to run fast, hard, and heavy. I want to connect with something that wants to run with me. Holton Buggs walks into his destiny. Holton Buggs is the only living person on the planet, living or dead, that can say that he made over $100 million, not in iBoomerang, as a distributor in a coffee company. And the reason I want to break this down is because I really want you to understand the inspiration behind it. This guy helped create and develop over 45 people to make over $1 million building business. 45. Who do you know that's created $45 million testimonies? I'll wait. Who do you know personally? Who can you call right now and say, hey, tell me about those 45 people that you helped make over $1 million? My homeboy can say that. My homie, my CEO, my friend, he can say that. Why is that important to me? He's the message that he brings. He is the message that he brings. Over $100 million in commissions that he earned, not in iBoomerang, because he's the owner. This is way before, in a 10-year period. There is no living person in our industry that can say that they joined a company in 10 years, within 10 years, from the day they joined, from the day he walked away a decade later to start his own company called iBoomerang, he made over $100 million in commissions. That's my friend. That's our CEO. But I wonder, not only did he make history in our industry, there's no living person, there's no dead person that can say they've done that in this industry. So we're not just following somebody who has a great idea. We're following somebody who has the proven documentation of success that he's created in his own life, that started with failure, but also he has duplicated himself through other individuals, which leads me to this. There was a day that something happened inside him where he said, I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of not being able to pay my bills. I'm tired of having to hide my car so the repo man or the banks don't repossess them. There has to come a time where someone says, I'm fed up. And I went through that as well. I remember very distinctively when I started the process of changing my life around, and I come from a different place than Holton. We come from, kind of the same, neighborhoods and things like that, but we come from a different background because he made a lot better choices than I made as a teenager. I made a lot of bad decisions. But I do remember the day where I decided, I said, listen, man, if somebody is going to come from homeless to be a multimillionaire, it might as well be me. If somebody is going to break records, it might as well be me. And I wonder, what moment and what happened inside Holton where he said, this is the day I choose to walk into my destiny. And that's what I want to ask you right now. What day are you going to choose to walk into your destiny? And you may say, Johnny, what does this have to do with iBoomerang? Listen, if I can get you to walk into your destiny, it doesn't matter what the name of the company is. So my question to you is, could this be the day where you truly sign up and make this the first day of the rest of your life? The two most important days of your life, and I want you to hear me very clearly. I would not be who I am today. You wouldn't even know my name today if I didn't ask this question for myself one day. And I'm going to ask you this. Actually, I'm going to tell you something, and then I want you to ask yourself a question. Here's what I want you to know. The two most important days of your life. The day that you're born, and then the day that you realize why you were born. Those are two different days. Those are two different birthdays. The day you're born, the day you breathe oxygen for the first time, that's a very important day of your life. As a matter of fact, it is the day that we celebrate every day. Some countries call it the name day. In America, we call it birthday, born day, whatever it is. My homies call it G Day. But my question to you is,
are you trying to find the best deals online when it comes to your travels? I know, it could be a nightmare. Let me save you some time and of course some money. I Go For Less, the one and only platform you need to go and find the best deals online, from flights, hotels, weeks, cruises and more. This is a completely free travel booking platform where you can save up to 70% on your travels. Cool, here's what you've got to do. Step 1. Go to bit.ly/travel savings code page. You'll find the link in the description below. Step 2. Find and enter the code you see on the page to create your free account. Step 3. Start saving. Anytime, anywhere. When it is time for you to book your next trip. Pretty simple, right? And did I tell you it is free? And it also forever to use and to keep. Again, go on bit.ly/travel savings code page. Use the code you'll find on the page and start enjoying your savings.
when are you going to celebrate the day that you realize why you were born? See, when you realize why, you have no choice but to activate. I believe the biggest enemy in our life is enemy. It's inside me. Me. Johnny Wimbrey is the greatest enemy he can ever have. And you may say, Johnny, you don't know who I have to deal with. You don't know the negative energy that I'm always around. You don't know, Johnny, the forces and the energy that's doing its best to hold me back. And then I say to you, you don't know what's holding me back. You don't know the enemy and the demons that want to hold me back. We can all say that. But my thing is this: if you hang around 9 negative people, you're number 10. If you hang around 9 losers, you're number 10. If you hang around 9 broke people, you're number 10. If you hang around 9 winners, you're number 10. If you hang around 9 positive people, you're number 10. See, birds of a feather flock together. There is nothing new about that. As a man thinks in their heart, that's who they become. And who you are is what you hang around. So here's my question to you. At what point are you going to start walking into your destiny? And that's the day that you realize why you were born. And when you realize why you were born, you don't have time to just hang out with people who just want to talk about bull crap. You got to be surrounded around things that are going to complement your greatness. So here's my thing for you right now. 2 most important days of your life: the day you're born, the day you realize why you were born. And you may say, Johnny, I don't know. Yes, you do. You know. You know what's eating you from the inside out. You know that thing that's tapping on your chest right now that's saying, you know, I want to get up, I want to get out, I want to live. But what happens is we get caught up into our emotions. And here's what I want. Listen, this is going to sound so simple, but it's so real. It is so real. You really want to start the process of stepping into your destiny. You want this to be the day that you step into that new level. You may say, Johnny, I'm in iBoomerang. I just joined January 2020, and I don't know what it means to be a diamond, but I want to be a diamond. I look at the average income of a diamond, and I want to have that many commas in my annual income. How do I become a diamond? What do I need to do? That question alone is you participating, stepping into your destiny. And being a diamond is not your destiny, but it's the process. It's the stepping stone. Listen, when I hit diamond, that was a stepping stone. When I hit blue diamond, that was a stepping stone. Now that I'm black diamond, it is a stepping stone. When I go presidential diamond, it is a stepping stone. I don't stick around. I don't hang around to celebrate where I come from. I'm always looking to the next level. Why? That's part of my destiny. A part of my destiny is never slowing down. And you may say, Johnny, you know, does it really take all this to be massively successful? It takes you understanding who you are. I don't know anybody who is successful who doesn't know who they are. And I'm not saying bank account right now. I know a lot of people. I was a celebrity life coach in LA for 2 years. So I know a lot of people that you see on TV that you love them more than they love themselves. That's not success to me. That is not success to me. Success is loving who you are, loving whose you are, loving what you represent, and loving to share it with other individuals. That's success to me. So as I step into my success, my income complements my step. So my question to you is, if your income is not complementing your step, maybe you didn't take a step into your destiny. Maybe it felt like you did, but you really didn't. Maybe you thought you did because you were listening to somebody who has a lifestyle that you wouldn't even want. So why would you follow them? If you listen to people's opinions, you got to take their lifestyle too. So the next time somebody gives you an opinion about your business, look at their lifestyle. And you may say to yourself, I don't want your lifestyle, so why would I want your opinion? The two most important days of your life, the day you're born and the day you realize why you were born. When you realize why you were born, that's a step into your destiny. I was born to bring increase into people's lives. I was born to interrupt the generational curses of, 3 generations ago of slavery, to walk away from that, to build an empire for the Wimbrey name. That's why I was born. I was born to interrupt poverty. I was born to interrupt generational curses. I love my grandchildren that don't even exist yet. That's why I'm working right now. I love my great-grandchildren. I love, my generations that come from my bloodline 100 years from now. They will always look back and say, there was a guy named Johnny Wimbrey in our family, and something activated in him, and he changed the Wimbrey name forever. That's me stepping into my destiny. See, that's me participating in where I say I want to go in life. So my question to you is, you know your birthday, but what is your why day? This is why I'm here. Are you just going to pass through this place called life and nobody remembers you? Sadly to say, I never met my grandfather. My grandfather was murdered. My grandfather ran for his life. There's a backstory to it. But my father only met his father one time. And what's crazy is, I couldn't even tell you the name of my great-grandfather unless I went to go do research right now on the internet. Will your grandchildren know your name? Will your great-grandchildren know your name? The only way that they will know your name and say it with respect is if you do something now to interrupt any generational curses from the past that change the destiny of the future of your name. It's that serious to me. That's why I was born. I was born to interrupt the past chains of poverty. You say, Johnny, why would you accept that and put that on yourself? Somebody has to do it. Somebody has to do it. So my question to you is, as you're building your business in iBoomerang, can you walk into your why day? You know your birthday. Happy birthday. We say that every year. But the two most important days, the day you're born and then the day you realize why you were born. Do you know why you were born? You can assign the why to you right now. Maybe it's interrupting generational curses like I did. Maybe it's, planting a flag at the top of the mountain and putting a new destiny on the future that you're going to leave behind. Whatever it is, but it's yours. Here's how I do it. It's going to sound super simple. And when I teach things that are super simple, I find that only a few people actually do it. If I teach you something that's super hard and super deep, everybody goes down that path. But we run from simplicity. And I am telling you, just as it's like breathing air, your body does a lot of things to breathe air. There's a lot of muscles that are activating every time you take a breath, but it seems simple. Let your lungs collapse. And you'll appreciate how strong your lungs are and how much energy it takes to actually do your lungs like this. I have a friend that was in an accident and was on life support for about 6 weeks. And he said when he came out, he said the hardest thing to do was to breathe because he was on a machine and the machine was breathing for him. So he didn't have to exercise muscles. So when he got off the machine, his muscles were so weak and breathing, he needed help just to breathe. So it takes a lot of energy to do simple things. When you do it enough, it's still the same energy, but it seems simple, like breathing. So here's what I do. I don't emotionally get attached to somebody's no. I don't emotionally get attached to somebody's yes. I get emotionally attached to what I bring to the table. And if you don't want what I'm bringing to the table, then I'm glad that you don't want it. That's just how I look at it. Think about a waiter or a waitress. A server walks up to you in a restaurant. You had a great experience, and that server says to you, they bring out a tray, beautiful tray with all these dessert samples on it, and they're showing it to you. This is the cheesecake. This is the molten, fudge chocolate, white chocolate, lava cake. Here's the carrot cake. Here's the, I got to throw pecan pie in there, if you will. And just here's everything. And you look at it and you're like, no, thank you. What if that waiter or waitress started crying? What if the waiter or waitress got up and said, dessert doesn't work? Dessert is a scam. I told you dessert wouldn't work. I quit. That's how some of you look to me when you get emotional when somebody says no. You're bringing something good to someone, like a dessert, an opportunity, and they say no. It doesn't work. What if a server did that to you the next time you go to a restaurant? Would you like to supersize that meal? Would you like a large strawberry soda? Would you like more French fries? And you say, no, I'm fine with that. Supersizing doesn't work. I'm out of here. This fast food joint sucks. I'm going to go work for another fast food joint where everybody says yes every time I offer them something. That's how you look to me. That's how you sound to me when you get emotionally connected to somebody's no, just like you get emotionally connected to somebody's yes. You may say, Johnny, are we not supposed to get emotionally connected when somebody says yes? You get excited for them. You get excited for them. But when you get emotionally excited, oh my God, I signed somebody up. I got a customer. Well, that same customer may quit tomorrow. And now your emotions are connected to their yes. So when they quit, your emotions are connected to now them quitting. I don't get emotionally connected to a yes, and I don't get emotionally connected to a no. I go to work when somebody says yes. There's no emotions. I go to work. I get emotions when that person hits a rank and their commissions go up. I get emotions when I see them walk across the stage telling their story of how iBoomerang changed their life and now they're financially free. That's when I get emotional. You get emotional on day one. Think like a server. A server has zero emotional connection to whether you want their dessert or not. It is their job to show you that the dessert exists. It is their job to explain to you the benefits of the dessert. It is their job to explain to you in a way that you would want it, to sell it to you, to get you excited about it. But if you say no, thank you for coming, I'll bring your check. It's that simple. No emotions. If you truly want to walk into your destiny, if you truly want to take that step into your why day, when you realize why you are here on this place called Earth, you want to walk into that, leave the emotions at the door. Because they're going to say no. They're going to say yes. They're going to want to quit. And if your emotions are attached to that, you are now taking a step away from your why day, the reason why you are here. So I leave you with this, people. It is my desire that you walk into your destiny. It is my desire that you participate in your future. It is my desire that you plug in to your purpose. But don't bring your emotions. Don't bring your emotions to the business table. Keep that in mind when you're talking to people about your business and joining you. Think about a server. It is their job. The more fancy the restaurant, the more fancy the presentation is for dessert. And even with all the bells and whistles that they put into explaining the dessert tray to you, hoping that you will buy it, the server is not allowed to get emotional if you say no. Don't give yourself permission to get emotional to somebody's no or somebody's yes. Walk into your purpose. Walk into your destiny. I guarantee you, if I interviewed Holton right now, his success would be attached to the fact that he disassociated his emotions to someone's yes or no. 7 years of struggling in this business, in this industry. 7 years, finally gets up to $500 a month. And that same man who 7 years gets up to $500 a month, that same guy that started in college is now the only person on the planet that can say he made over $100 million in 1 decade. 1 decade. There's nobody alive that can say that. From the day they started the company, from the day they walked away. Holton Buggs is the only living person that can say that. And I guarantee you, if I interviewed him, it would trace back to something that he allowed himself permission to do. Give yourself permission to step into your destiny. Give yourself permission to step into this day, because this day could be the first day of the rest of your life, if you allow it. Well, Johnny, I'm waiting on an opportunity. I'm waiting on someone to knock on my door. That's just like saying you want to get married and you never walk outside. You want your wife to show up to your door? You want your husband to come knock on your door and you're sitting on the couch waiting for your blessing? No, you got to get out of the house and get out there and meet people. Every bit of success is traced back to an introduction. I dare you to go introduce yourself to as many people as possible in the next 24 hours and have zero emotional attachment to whether they care about what you offer or not. When you bring your goodies, when you bring your dessert to the table, when you bring your blessing to somebody's life, don't get emotional if they say yes or no. It's only your job to present it.
Looking to start a business from home? The business from home. We are the fastest growing home-based business company in the world that's helping ordinary people just like you and I to get out of debt, generate additional income streams in their life, and creating extraordinary success stories globally. We've got the right systems in place, world-class servant leadership, wealthy compensation plan, and the utmost support you need to start local and go global. To get started, simply text us on WhatsApp, #ReadyToBoom on +356 9946 3303. Again, text #ReadyToBoom on WhatsApp on the number +356 9946 3303 right now. Let's get ready to boom.